Which quadratic function when graphed has x-intercepts of 5 and -2? And we have four choices, one of which is going to be right. What do you mean by an x-intercept? Well, we're talking about the point 5, 0. If you have an x-intercept of 5, then the point 5, 0 lies on your graph. And where is that point? You're going to the right 5, okay, 0 up and down, okay, to the right 5 and you're up and down 0. So this is where it crosses the x-axis right here, okay. The other intercept, -2, 0, is over here. And your quadratic function might look something like this, okay? All right, because it has the cross at 5, 0, -2, 0, okay? That's what we mean by x-intercepts. 2 points that lie on the x-axis, okay? And that's where the quadratic function crosses the x-axis at these 2 points, called the x-intercepts. Now the point -2, 0, we're saying, and the point 5, 0, we're saying either x is -2 or x is 5. So we have two equations now, okay? And if you rewrite this equation, you'll end up having x plus 2 equals to 0. Okay? If you add 2 to this, you have 0. If you add 2 to x, you have x plus 2. So this equation is equivalent to this equation. And down here, you're going to have x minus 5 equals 0. Okay? You see what I mean? You have 5 minus 5 equals 0. So that if I subtract 5 from both sides, I get x minus 5. Now, then my quadratic function, since the x-intercepts are -2 and 5, then you end up with x plus 2 equals 0. If x plus 2 equals 0, then 0 here times whatever this is 0. Or if x minus 5 equals 0, then this is 0, isn't it? And whatever this is going to be times 0 equals 0. So we can kind of combine these two and make one equation out of it. Okay? And we're going to say y equals this. Okay? Now, here is my equation now. It goes with those intercepts. And we're going to look at answer A and see, is this the same thing as this up here? Is this equivalent to this? Well, you see you have x plus 2. What do you have down here? That's not the same thing at all, is it? You see how you have x minus 5? What do you have here? Okay, so this is not the right answer. Okay? Now look at answer B. Okay? Is this equivalent to this one? Not really equivalent, but could this possibly be, based upon the information up here, could this be the quadratic function with those two intercepts here? Okay? With x-intercept of 5 and -2. Would this work? So let's see this. Let's examine that a little closer here. In fact, let's factor a number out of these two. What could you get out of those two? There's a 2 in common, isn't there? Could you factor a 2 out of this? And a 2 out of this? Take a 2 away, factor a 2 out of that 2x, what do you get? X. You see 2 times x is 2x? And 2 times what is 10? Okay, so now we're getting closer to this equation up here, aren't we? Okay, very similar, isn't it? Okay, so we're not going to rule answer B out, okay? Let's go with answer C and look at that one. Well, here you have 5x minus 1. Here you have x plus 2. Here you have 5x minus 1. Up here you have x minus 5. There's nothing you can do to this to make it look like that. Okay? Throw that out. It's not similar at all. Do you see this is kind of similar? Start off you have x plus 2 and x plus 2. Huh? This is not similar at all. And D, that's the same thing. It's not going to be similar at all, is it? Because you can't make 5x plus 1 look like x plus 2, can you? So we're coming up with B as the only possible answer here.